Our Michael Dupre went to Plainwell, where that small section is scheduled to receive a much-needed cleanup. Michael?
The EPA order requires a removal of PCB contaminated sediment in that area. The EPA tried reaching out to the 3 companies that they say are responsible for cleaning up the contaminants, but they were not able to come to an agreement. So today, the EPA took action with a unilateral order where the EPA is basically telling the companies they need to get to work. The problem lies on the banks and bottom of the river, where toxic PCBs have contaminated the sediment. They are leftover waste from when paper mills in the late 70s were recycling carbonless paper. That recycling process released PCBs into the creek and river. Progress on removing the PCBs has been slow moving.
I used to say the EPA moved at a glacial pace. But the glaciers are melting so fast these days, I think the glaciers are ahead of the EPA right now.
But any sort of progress is what the Kalamazoo River Cleanup Coalition has been fighting for.
The EPA issued a time-critical removal action for a section of the river, 1.5 miles or so, just above the Otsego Dam.
The dam is a major concern. It's layered with large amounts of PCB. Removing the toxic sediments from them is extremely important. The dam is old, and if it breaks, large amounts of PCB will flow downriver.
But again, with the PCB contaminated sediments built up behind each dam, you can't remove the dam until you remove the toxic waste. Otherwise, it's all going to end up in Lake Michigan, where it's beyond hope,
The plan is to remove the PCB contaminated sediment from the dam, the riverbanks, and the river bottom.
I anticipate it will be primarily a mechanical operation. It will be done from barges. It will be done from shore using heavy equipment that will excavate these contaminated sediments and riverbank soils, and they will be brought up on shore where they will be solidified or dewatered. We'll probably be adding a solidifying agent, letting it dewater. It will be loaded onto trucks where it will be taken to the appropriate landfill for proper disposal.
Other parts of the river still need a cleanup plan. You can see large amounts of PCB sediment in the water at the old Allied paper mill in Plainwell. These contaminants can easily break apart and flow downstream and into Lake Michigan. But the EPA is taking the entire restoration project one step at a time.
We're going to restore the environment from its current contaminated stage, where you can actually see this contamination on the banks out there. So we're going to make it better for the wildlife that frequent that area.
Work on the 1.5-mile stretch of river in Otsego is scheduled to begin this summer and should be done in March 2018. And as for the other sections of the river that need cleaning up, Gary Wagner with the Kalamazoo River Cleanup Coalition says that he hopes the EPA will issue those orders in the next few weeks. In the studio, Michael Dupre, Fox 17 News.